Good day, sir. I am Engine Cadet John Eric Billones and we are the Group 4. So, the topic that we're going to discuss is all about food security. These are the members of the Group 4. Next. So, food security. Food security, as defined by the United Nations Committee of the World Food Security, means that all people at all times have physical, social, and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food that meets their food preference and dietary needs for an active and healthy life. So, we all know that one of the most important things to us is food man jud sa. Kaya wala man jud siguro itaw nga dili mo kaon na to. Then food security improve production and productivity of crops and livestock kay we all know in our country that nakarely ta sa agricultural and for those fishermen. So next, so factors leading to global food security, the state of the Philippines in terms of food security during the pandemic. So there are four factors. So the first one is the food availability. So food availability in our country is like what I said, nakarely siya sa agriculture and those kuan fishermen. Then during the pandemic, our food availability is very kuan difficult kay because of there are a lot of protocols that been implemented kay pandemic. Then when we say food availability, so ato ang market is kuan gamay ra kay available nga food kay anang tungod kay nahadlok sila sa kuan sa spread of virus din ang available ra sa ato ang kuan kumbaga sa tong market is katorang mga like nakarely naman to sa mga canned goods like kuan kay moro may mas dali then naglikay pud ta nga mo spread ang virus so mo siya. So next is the food access. So food access in Philippines is very difficult sa during the pandemic. Kay we all know that there are a lot of protocols that been implemented. Kay for example katong sa nitabo sa kanang mantalongon like ang mga utanon kay gipaubsan og presyo kay tungod wa nahalin kay tungod naglisod og kuan like naglisod og baligya kay tungod limited ra ang access. Then when you say food access also kanang like limited ra kay ang mga tao nga for example makaadto og market then makakuha og food kay tungod na mga protocols. So mo to anang food access is very difficult during the pandemic. So next.
Good day once again, everyone. I am Engine Cadet Lazarte. So I will continue this topic, the factors leading to global food security and also the state of the Philippines in terms of food security during this pandemic. So food utilization. What is it? From the word utilization, it means that making practical and effective use of something. So in utilizing food is to make food consumed effectively and consume it with value. How? Making it effective and giving value is by eating food that is good to our body, by doing diet and eat the right amount of food only. So how food utilization leads to food security? It leads to food security because it limits or balance the food we eat. So there's no too much eating with the right amount of food only, and by utilizing food we can save more and or a lot of food, and this excess food we can share to everyone. Then let's go to the Philippines. What is the state of food utilization here in our country during this pandemic? I think that food utilization is impossible, but for the rich people maybe they can still utilize their food, but for poor people just like me, I eat anything that is available or given, even if it is nutritious or not, as long as I can eat. So we can see that the news, the TV, that there are a lot of Filipino who are asking for ayuda because a lot of Filipino are facing lack of food. So how can we still utilize our food that we also having problems or of where we can get our food? So I think that Philippines can't have food utilization during this pandemic. The next is the stability. So what is food stability? Food stability is to be food secure means that anyone must have the access to adequate food at all times. So why food stability leads to food security? It leads because from the word stability, it makes our food stable, stable that anyone can get and eat without problem. Then let's talk the food stability here in our country during this pandemic. Do we have a stable food? Are all Filipinos can eat anything or and eat well? Definitely not, because there are a lot of Filipinos having problems in food. We Filipinos face this problem even without this pandemic. So much more now that during this pandemic, the numbers of unemployed rise because of this quarantine. Many people lose their job. So how can we able or how can we have stable food? Now, there is a program they offer just like this community pantry. I'm glad to see that this program helps a lot of Filipino who are facing food problems. But yes, even though it helps a lot, it isn't enough because there are still more Filipinos who are starving every day, struggling every day searching for food. So, but yes, we are Filipinos. We are strong. We can get through this challenge. All we need to do is to unite and help each other so that we can survive and achieve the thing that we're longing, which is everything back to normal again. That's all. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I'm Engine Cadet Abilio. The topic that I'm going to report is 5 components of food security system. First is food stability. It refers the ability to obtain food over time or the food production level. Food food stability is like ang availability niya sa food is stable ba, like daghan nag-supply, like sa ato pagkaunon permi na ara nya dili siya mahutdan. Second is food access. Food access is the answers the need of the people for food. Kanang sabutan ni kung maka-access ba sila ana sa ilang lugar nga mga pagkaon or daghan ba na sa ilang mga lugar nga ma-supply. The next to report is Engine Cadet Tancasis for food utilization. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tony Ancasis, reporting about 5 components of food security system. Information of the Canals Abilios report. So, what is food availability? Food availability is a about supply trait, not just a quantity but also a quality and diversity. Food improving availability requires sustainable productive farming system, well-managed natural resources, and policies and enhance productivity. So food availability is important in our economy as we definitely cannot live without food. Having ample amount of food available will keep our economy alive. In the avatar movie, due to that, the depletion of natural resources, which is needed to make food, we humans have struggled to find another way to survive. And second, food utilization. So, what is food utilization? Food utilization is all about body use the various nutrients of food. A person's health, feeding practices, food preparation, diversity of their diet, and intra-household distribution of food all affects a person's nutrition status. Improving utilization requires improving nutrition and food safety. increasing diversity in diets, reducing post-harvest loss, and adding value to food. Food utilization as a food is hard to find. It is important that we utilize them accordingly to ensure resources would last for a long time, keep humanity's surviving. So in the Avatar movie, food is abundant. Food is abundant and it's not abused and stability is maintained humanity can continue to live. So malnutrition. So what is malnutrition? Malnutrition is undernourished person's ability to lead a healthy life occurs when a person is not able to obtain right variety of nutrition in the right amount from their diet.
Today, I'm Engine Cadet Jack Aaron Namahoy. So our topic was all about the main traits of global food security. So these are the following. Number one, the world population growth. So the increase of number of population may result of food storage and the natural resource or the source will be lessened. So ang buot pasabot ana daghan kay na number sa population karon na tao. So nagkakuan sad nagkagamay na lang pod ang food storage karon or needs sa mga tao o ang natural resources karon. So number two, the increase of demand for food. The increase of population cause for the increase of demand for food. So ambot pasabot ana kay karon ni-increase ang population sa tao karon diyon ang demand sa food can increase food sa tungod ana pareha karon example COVID pandemic. So ang palitonon karon nagkamahal diyon tungod sa kamahal sa palitonon karon gamay lang pug kuan mo deliver og mga needs or mga needs or mga pagkaon sa mga tao na gipang kinahanglan nila. So what I observe the threats of global food security. So if this threat will not taken seriously, things may be happen that we will experience food storage and it will result to hunger. Without this threat, I guess the government will just don't know the consequence, but knowing this threat can make them motivate and protective to find alternative solution for this threat to be prevented. So kung dili na to solusyonan or dili to seryosohon, dapat pod ang mga gobyerno mo follow up jud sa needs sa mga tao. Para karon ang uban mga tao wala kay mga trabaho karon. So dapat jud na ilang kanang pang tigaan bisag ginagmay lang ana na maka-sustain og needs sa mga tao.
Good day everyone, I am Engine Cadet Legaspi and I am here to report about increasing in the area of scarcity, water and limitation of the availability of land. So water has been used growing globally and more than twice of the rate of population. Population increased last century and an increasing number of regions are reaching the limit at which water services can be sustainability delivered, essentially demographic growth and economic development. So, ang tubig na ang pagsabot na ako din sa water scarcity is ang tubig di na sapat para sa ato tungod sa ato sobra paggamit nya usay sa ato panahon karon kanang sobra sa kainit tungod sa global warming. So second is availability of land. Ang sabot na ako sa availability of land is limit na ang slot nato karon kay daghan overpopulated na ang ato lugar. For example sa Philippines murag overpopulated na kita tungod og poverty, daghang pamilya. So ang uban nga ni daghan na kayo siya tagtawag nato squatter, nanay mo puyo sa ilamang tulay sa daghan nga tutukod na lang sa naasa na lupa nga dili sila tag-iya. So mao na ako pagpasabot sa availability of land, limit na kayo ang slot. So next topic is about the food loss and food waste. So what is food waste and food loss? Food loss and food waste has been indeed become issue and great public concern. So karon pandemic man ang pagsabot na ako aning food loss and food waste kay dugay kayo sa ako relate sa pandemic. First is mahal kayo ang pamalitunong karon. So daghang tao di makapalit kay walay trabaho nya mo nang masayang mga pagkaon mo expire siya mabot ang yan due date. So ang isa sa kanang isa sa nakabutang ang food loss kay dugay ang ato stocks maabot tungod mo import pa kita sa lain lugar, dugay maabot ang mga pagkaon na dapat maabot sa ato. So ang mga tao karon maglisod sila pag palit mo lang magka food loss o food waste kay masayang ra mga pagkaon na madaot lang kay tungod sa kamahal pod di ma-afford ng mga tao. So that's all. That's all about my topic.
I'm Ismail Manila. I am the reporter of the main threads of global food security. So, food price. Food price is a threat to food security because if the price of the food will increase, the more people cannot afford it. So, to buy it is so difficult. This may result of the poverty rate increases because many people who cannot buy with the normal price. What if kung sobra pa ka taas ang presyo, so samot nga di kapalit. The disappearance of variety of agricultural plant species. So the disappearance of variety of plant species is caused by our climate change in our area, which results in loss of the crop species. It can affect by a threat to food security because it can also result in poverty. Kaya kung mawala ang mga crops, ang mga farmer, gamay na ma-produce nga food. So masamot nga ang community, manginahanglan may food, mga manginahanglan mayog food. So mao na siya na threat na siya sa global food security.
So good day to you, sir. I'm Engine Cadet Eliseo Mark Anthony. I'm here to report about is food security is possible. So according to the Committee on World Food Security 2012, food security is defined as when all people at all times having physical and social economic access to sufficient, safe and nutritious food that meets their dietary needs and food preferences for an active and healthy life. So food protection refers to having constant physical and financial access to enough food to fulfill nutritional requirements for a prosperous and stable life. To put it another way, families should afford and access sufficiently nutritional food. Meaning, if among family or us is maka-provide sa atong self og sakto nga pagkaon like foods that are good for our lifestyle. So, para mabuhi ta, with stability, like you don't have to worry about your health and your daily lifestyle. It is because you have all for it. So you and your family will be considered as food secure. If dili na ka magunahon na or mahadlok nga wala na kay kanon or masakitan in the long run because you are secure with your food. So the question is it possible? So my answer is very big yes. So it is because we have to consider the three factors. So first is the food availability. So the food availability is the food that meet your healthy lifestyle available in your community. So kinahanglan well equipped sad ang agriculture access. Kay if wala, asa man ta mangita og pagkaon? And the fact nga ang food is gikan sa agriculture. So second is the food access, and you have your stable job to feed yourself and with healthy foods. So para ma-meet nato ang food security, first we have to possess enough budget for that. So last is food utilization. So food utilization is the very most important. Kay bisag naa pa kay kwarta, bisag available pa ang food nga nas palibot nimo. If you don't have the knowledge what should be the appropriate food that you have to intake daily, the concept of food security. So that's all, sir. Thank you.